Hey guys, I'm just going to start this video by explaining to you exactly what overtraining is when it comes to bodybuilding, fitness, and using results with your own training techniques and style. Overtraining is simply an imbalance between work and recovery. When you put too much stress on the body and the central nervous system and you don't give it proper rest or nutrition to recover, and also you're not drinking enough water, various undesirable things will happen to your body. If you are overtraining, generally you will be sore all the time. You can't drop body fat when you are putting in the work to drop body fat. You can't gain muscle when you should be gaining muscle, and you get sick a lot faster and on a more regular basis. And things just don't work for you as you would expect them to. Now, in most endeavors in life, you would expect to receive rewards in proportion to what you give in time and effort for whatever task you may be doing. Work more, work harder in your career, and usually your business will grow or you will wind up getting promotions and raises, moving forward in the industry you are in. Spend more time with friends and family, and more often than not, you will build stronger, more fulfilling relationships. Practice longer and spend more time perfecting your golf swing if you're a golfer, and you'll usually be able to hit that ball a lot further and have better skills when it comes to putting. At a rough estimation, I honestly believe that in 99% of anything you ever do in life, the more time you spend doing it and the harder you work, the more benefit you are going to get from that particular task. Unfortunately, this method does not apply when trying to build muscle or trying to lose body fat. If you are training for 4 hours a day on a minimal amount of sleep and lack of nutrition and lack of water, you are not going to make a lot of progress. If you're doing 3 or 4 hours of cardio per day on a minimal amount of sleep and lack of nutrition, you're not going to lose fat. I see this a lot with some clients. They're dedicated. They work out and do cardio for 2 hours a day with the right nutrition, and they're wondering why they aren't losing body fat. And it's probably because their body is being overtrained without enough rest to recover. When you are overtraining, your body does not function as it should, and things actually go backwards when they should be moving forwards. So, let me tell you now, yes, overtraining does exist. It is very real. It is very common, but I can honestly and comfortably say overtraining is probably my most hated word in the bodybuilding and the fitness dictionary, if there is one. For me personally, if someone were to say to me that they are worried about overtraining, I would actually take that as I'm not willing to work as hard as I should, or I just don't want to push myself to the next level. And it could be used as an excuse. It's just a possibility. You have to think about that. I believe overtraining is used more as an excuse than an actual concern. People say, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do an hour of cardio a day plus an hour of workout because I'm going to overtrain. If that is your mindset, then you are not going to get anywhere with both your results in the gym and basically with anything in life. If you're worried about putting in too much work before you have actually put in any work at all, then you are just setting yourself up to fail. I said earlier that if you're training for 4 hours a day on a minimal sleep and lack of nutrition, you're not going to make a lot of progress. If you are doing 3 or 4 hours of cardio per day on a minimal sleep and lack of nutrition, you are not going to lose any fat because you will be overtraining. The key thing I want you to take away from that sentence is on minimal sleep or lack of nutrition. You can definitely overtrain on minimal sleep and lack of nutrition. However, the good thing about this is for most of us, we can control how much we sleep, we are having, but even more so, all of us can control the nutrition we are consuming through food. I understand that some of you may not be able to control the amount of sleep you are getting, which is not really a bad thing. If you can't control the amount of sleep you are having, then you obviously are working long hours and hopefully either setting yourself up in a business or doing lots of overtime and making some really good money, which that's something you have to take into terms. It's just something everybody has to deal with if you're in that situation. And also, if you just had a baby and the baby's keeping you up all night, that's just a part of life. None of this is bad, it's just a part of life. If you can't control your sleep, as annoying as it is generally for a good reason that is going to have a positive impact on your life in the future. Now, I'm the first to understand that there's more to life than just dieting and just training. Again, even if you can't control the amount of sleep you are having per night, you can always control what goes into your body and how much goes into your body. Food is just as important as sleep, and by eating the right amounts of food, quality food on a day-to-day basis, it can stop you from overtraining very easily. Now, I want you all to understand this. You will never overtrain if you are getting enough sleep and enough nutrition to fuel your body for the workload you are putting in it under. Yes, overtraining does exist. It is very real, but it is 100% in your control to stop from happening. I will give you an example. If you were to train for 4 hours a day, let's say 2 hours weight training and 2 hours of cardio, and then you were eating 1,200 calories per day and were on a ketogenic diet trying to lose fat, the chances of you overtraining from that workload compared to the amount of food consumed after about 3 or let's say 4 weeks is basically 100% going to happen. You are going to overtrain. All that food you're eating is going to be completely burnt off. You're not consuming any carbohydrates for energy. Your muscles are broken down and torn apart, and you are not getting enough nutrition to allow them to recover. You might be fine for a day or two, but do this continually for 3 or 4 weeks, and you are going to fall in a hole, and you are going to do some serious damage to your body. Your immune system is going to go straight down, your central nervous system is going to be down, you aren't going to recover, and you are literally going to be in pain all of the time. And you won't see any progress throughout this period of time. The reason you will not see any progress is because you are not recovering. And when you are not recovering, it means you are overtraining. Now, I've told you this before. You are not seeing results in the gym. If you're not seeing results in the gym, you break your muscles down in the gym and you give them reason to change and grow back bigger and stronger. But you're actually growing when you are recovering. If you do not get that recovery, you do not see results. Now, my next point is, how do I actually know if I'm overtraining or not? Now, unfortunately, there is no actual way to confirm that yes, you are overtraining, because it is physically impossible for your everyday person like us to see what is going on inside the human body. So unfortunately, you don't actually know. The only way to have an understanding of whether or not you are overtraining is just by looking at the signs of your body. Like, you are getting sick more often. You feel sluggish all the time. You are sore a lot more often. You might not sleep well. Your performance in the gym starts to go down, and you might have the occasional headache depending on how your body reacts. Just Google it up and you can see a list of different things that could affect you. If you're training and literally destroying your muscles in the gym and eating the right amount of food to recover, you're going to build muscle. You will not overtrain. If you are not seeing progress with your training, or you are finding it very hard to get results, I can almost guarantee you it is not because you are overtraining. It is going to be something else. Do not be worried about overtraining. You should always be doing as much work as you possibly can. If you get to the point of overtraining, then so be it. You would have made some serious progress leading up to that point of overtraining. And like I reinforced to you earlier, that overtraining is very, very easily fixed through just getting some more rest and some nutrition, and maybe getting a little bit shorter workouts in, and maybe getting a couple rest days in there as well. With that said, you should always be working as hard as you possibly can. And then you eat the right foods at the right times to maximize your results. And make sure that you are recovering properly by getting enough sleep. Although overtraining can be used as an excuse for people who are not prepared to work hard enough, and I know that is none of you listening to this video because you have actually taken time out of your life and spent hard-earned money to learn and progress your knowledge on training and nutrition. You are not going to overtrain. Do not let your work ethic in the gym or anything else in life suffer because you are scared of working too hard. Hard work is the key to success. Do not make excuses as to why you cannot be successful, guys. Good luck.